So the spiral starts over there by Teddy, or ends, either way, and then you walk these concentric circles through the entire spiral and end up in the middle. Teddy over here, he walked the spiral and walked from the center out.
Smart.
Is it a portal though?
I felt different in the middle. Yeah,
Okay.
I did get a tingle.
Welcome back to part 2 of day 1 on our Explore Nevada trip as we drive over to the ghost town of Rhyolite to check out the ruins and stop by the Goldwell Open Air Museum. By the way, Rhyolite is only 5 miles west of Beatty and is on the way to Death Valley. I think the start of Death Valley is only 8 miles away, so 3 miles past this gets you in to Death Valley, and here's the turn. What are you crazy guys doing in the middle of the road?
Yeah, we're just playing in the road, having some fun.
Here I am standing in the middle of the road. Now this isn't the loneliest road in America, but it's pretty quiet. So some quick history on the town of Rhyolite. It started as a 2-man camp in January of 1905 and grew to a town of 1,200 people in 2 weeks. It reached a population of 2,500 by June of 1905. By then it had 50 saloons, 35 gambling tables, brothels, 19 lodging houses, 16 restaurants, a half dozen barbers, a public bathhouse, 3 banks, and a weekly newspaper. Due to the San Francisco fire of 1906 and the Knickerbocker financial panic in 1907, investments for mining rapidly declined, signaling the end of Rhyolite. The population of 5,000 residents dwindled down to 610. By 1911, the mines, businesses, and banks were shutting down. And finally, in 1916, the town's utilities were shut down. The town officially closed in 1920. Right behind me is the Thomas Kelly Bottle House. Now, he built that in 1906 with over 50,000 bottles of beer and whiskey. Do you think he drank them all by himself? Leave me a comment down below if you think he did. It's closed off because of the pandemic, but Frontiersman told me that the reason he built this house out of bottles is because the only trees around here are Joshua trees. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing this neon green jacket, it's because I'm flying my drone, and on the back it says, FAA licensed drone pilot, do not disturb, because when you're flying a drone, people will come up to you and start talking to you. What did you find in the cemetery?
Only one headstone over here is Isabella Haskins. They buried here because either she was a lady of the night. There's different tales about how Isabella was killed. She was shot. Everybody knows that. She was shot. Court records say that Fred Skinner, who she was with at the time, they got in a fight. Evidently, there's more burial sites out here.
So let's go check out the jail, and I couldn't find any images of the Rhyolite jail when it was erected in 1907, within close proximity to the red light district. I wonder if that was a coincidence. Now I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming this is the front of the jail. Let's go around the side because I hear you can actually see inside what was the jail. So that's the jail. Let's go check out the rest of Rhyolite. There is a train station, what's left of a 3-story bank, and a schoolhouse. Now this little building adjacent to the jail, I have no idea what it was, and I couldn't find any information. There's been speculation that it could have been a brothel, but I don't know if there's any definitive answer. So they do have signage here telling you what each of the buildings were, but as you can see, weather, time has taken its toll, and even some graffiti. So right behind me is the Cook Bank, which is the only 3-story building left standing here in Rhyolite. I don't know what we'll see, but we might see a little bit more with the drone, won't we? Around 1908, the Cook Bank was completed, costing its owners $90,000 to build, and again, with inflation, that would be about $2.5 million today. It was the largest building in town, with 2 vaults, Italian marble floors, mahogany woodwork, electric lights, running water, telephones, and indoor plumbing. As financial investments dwindled, the Cook Bank was one of the first banks to shut its doors in 1910. Now, this building is actually in pretty good shape compared to all the others, and I believe they did maintain it for a while, although again, more fencing, which means drone time. Built in 1906, this Spanish-style train station or depot cost $130,000 to build, which translates to about $3.7 million today. The depot was part of the Bullfrog Goldfield Railroad that connected Rhyolite to Beatty, and then joined the Las Vegas to Goldfield line. But as soon as the town closed, so did the depot. Then during the 1930s, as Death Valley tourism grew and spilled over into Rhyolite, this caboose, along with the storage tank, became part of a gas station, and the depot became a casino and bar called the Rhyolite Ghost Casino. So we're finished up here. We're going to go head over to the Goldwell Museum, which is right when you turn off the road up to Rhyolite. We're not done yet. We still got more to explore, and I don't know, do you find it interesting? Let me know by leaving me a comment down below. The Goldwell Open Air Museum is a non-profit outdoor sculpture park that was organized in 2000 after the death of Belgian artist Albert Zakowski. Zakowski created the site's first sculptures in 1984. His sculpture, The Last Supper, is a ghostly life-size reproduction of Da Vinci's The Last Supper painting, and was created by draping plaster-soaked burlap over live models until the plaster cured enough for the shapes to stand on their own. In that same year, using the same techniques, Zakowski also created Ghost Rider, a plastic figure preparing to mount a bicycle. Rock stacking. You can stack some rocks out here too as art. But I see something off in the distance I want to check out. A few other art displays to mention at the sculpture park include Lady Desert, the Venus of Nevada, made entirely out of cinder blocks, a.k.a. or a.k.a., which is a hand-carved female version of the mythological Icarus, and Sit Here, a couch created in 2000 for the Light Discovery Children's Museum in Las Vegas. It was restored and moved to Goldwell in 2007. All right, we're gonna head out to Tonopah. There's probably about 10 exhibits out here that you could do some good selfies. So check it out. It's free, the Goldwell Open Air Museum, just before you get to Rhyolite. So that was it for Rhyolite Ghost Town. I think we're headed back to Beatty, get some gas. I don't think we're gonna eat. I'm still full from lunch. And then off to Tonopah. Named after the Mizpah mine in Tonopah, the Mizpah Hotel was built in 1907 at a cost of $200,000, which in today's dollars would be equivalent to about $5.5 million. The Mizpah was constructed with solid granite walls, leaded glass windows, and Victorian-era luxury appointments. At that time, this upscale hotel also featured solid oak furniture, hot and cold running water, steam heat, brass chandeliers, stained glass windows, and an electric elevator, one of the first in the state. Now, if you watch my Binion's Haunting video, they also claim that the elevator in Las Vegas was one of the first in the state. Most likely it was one of the first in Las Vegas. At 5 stories, the Mizpah was also the tallest building in Nevada at that time. On the first floor is the hotel's vault, which housed the safe deposit box, but now is used for display cases filled with turn-of-the-century mementos, artifacts, newspapers, photographs, and clothing. The Mizpah Hotel is also a popular destination for paranormal activity enthusiasts, as there have been sightings of the Lady in Red around the hotel, but especially on the 5th floor, and also apparitions of children roaming the halls on the 3rd floor. Walt and I just checked into the Mizpah Hotel, and we're staying on the 5th floor, where the body of the Lady in Red was found next to that pillar between rooms 502 and 503. We ran into these two ladies who were staying in room 502, where the Lady in Red stayed right before her death. Why are you guys staying in room 502?
I've stayed in 501, and this time we just got 502.
Nice.
I stay on the 5th floor.
So
Yeah.
It sounds like you've been here many times. What is this?
This is actually only my second overnight.
Okay.
My husband and I come and we eat, or we hang in the lobby for a little bit, but this is only my second overnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you brought your friend with you?
This is my cousin from
Your cousin.
Florida.
How long are you guys out for?
Just a weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, weekend.
And cousin, what are you thinking about all this?
Oh, I love it. This is actually my favorite spot that I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And actually, we weren't even supposed to get this room.
No.
Yeah,
no,
and he just gave it to us, which was awesome
That's
because I
awesome.
originally wanted it. And just to kind of see everything. I heard about the children on the 2nd and 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And, and have you guys been to the 2nd and 3rd floor?
No.
I stayed on the
Yeah.
3rd.
Really?
I've never had any experience except on the 5th, though. Like,
Really?
I stayed in that room.
Yeah, that's where my husband and I stayed last
And
time.
I didn't feel anything in the room, just out here.
She did too.
That's cra-
Apparently, they're already seeing some unexplainable things in their videos. It was just in this corner right here.
See it?
Okay.
Do you see it moving all around?
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. You guys taking the time. So it's about 8:30. It's getting late. Walt's gonna go and play some more, and I think Teddy's gonna be heading home soon. It's also really cold tonight. I think it's gonna get down to 19 degrees, and that wind doesn't help. I'm gonna get some water out of my car so it doesn't explode, and then head on to bed. So we'll see you in the morning. While Walt is gambling and Teddy is heading home, I decided, you know what, before I turn in, why don't I give you a room tour? This room with tax and everything was just at $100 because I get a senior discount. But it's actually a really nice room, and in keeping with the whole 1907 motif, I mean, it is beautiful. So, and I know I use the word beautiful, but take a look. Queen size bed. Victorian style chair. The wallpaper is textured. It's kind of cool. A wrought iron bed. Nightstand. Chandelier is really neat. So there's the chest of drawers with some free drone batteries. And the closet. And then last but not least, the bathroom. Sink, brass fixtures, hair dryer, Kleenex in the wall. Good size, but then again, I'm a small guy. You know what? We didn't go look outside, so let's go check out what it looks like outside. I'm sure it'll be hard to see. And that brings us to the end of day 1. So if you like this video, you know what to do, but go ahead and click on that like button. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button also, and ring the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when I upload new content. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. I hope this place isn't haunted, but I believe it is.